Hey guys, it's Sepulcher, and this is a game between michaelleo and BurnPyro. And I'm actually recording this commentary after the match because I was recording live commentary at the time. BurnPyro is ranked 42 Limited League, or he was at the time. This is actually a 3-week-old game now. But it's still a good match, trust me when I say that. So michaelleo puts out a freeze bug keeper, and this is actually a grudge match because they were talking about it in the lobby beforehand, and it's good. I like casting grudge matches if I'm gonna cast something that another player that are just exclusively other players. I like to make it more interesting. So Burn's got a Skywing Imperator and a Doctor out, and Doctor's really good. Looks like Burn can contest with a relic. I think that's what I was counting for there. It's kind of hard to remember what I was saying, but basically the reason that I'm having to record new commentary is because my old commentary, this match is 52 minutes long, and I actually ran out of space on my camera, and then I accidentally deleted the footage anyway, so I couldn't use it. And now I just have to grin and bear it. And I think, yeah, he does put down a relic right there, so he is contesting the font. Now, michaelleo has a lot more AP on the board to work with, so he's kind of got a leg up right now, I would say. And it looks like Freeze Bug Keeper's going to throw a Freeze Bug out to Skywing Imperator. Of course, it only does about 6 damage, but Freeze Bug does have Death Nova. And I think that he's going to set up to hit both of them. I think that's what I was waving my mouse around to try to convey. Yeah, if you're wondering why there haven't been videos lately, it's just I've just been really busy with my other channel. I run 2 channels. I run this channel as sort of a side project because I don't monetize any of these videos. It's just sort of something I do. So this one takes a little bit less of a priority. Anyway, but that's a Ruthless Netmaster. Well, it's Riv the Ruthless, the LE version. He's got a Mutation Gore and a Dictate, of course, and I think that's what I was pointing out just now. It's really difficult to commentate a match that I'm not really in control of the mouse during, but I think I was saying that Ruthless Netmaster is a really good champion, which he is, and Dictate is a large part of that. So, Skywing Imperator hitting Freeze Bug and then backing off. Now, Skywing Imperator does have Majestic, so even though Freeze Bug has some impressive damage, 17, how about that? That timed out nicely. It, of course, goes down to 8. And actually, for a time, Freeze Bug was the second highest base damage champion in the entire game. Back when Pit Dragon ruled the roost. Of course, now it's very far from the truth. We've got Greater Pit Spawn and Maxarek and all sorts of other high damage champions out that have overruled Freeze Bug. But I always thought it was kind of funny, because there's no real reason for him to have such high base damage, but so Strig Warlock uses Blood for Nora. I guess we can expect a Gale Sandwich here and maybe a Death Nova. I think he's anticipating, yes he is, there's a Death Nova right there. I think he's anticipating a Swarm. Too bad it's not going to happen because Skywing Imperator has 17. I think he was expecting it to do more damage than it did. Oh, he was expecting Freeze Bug to knock back into the War Banner and kill it. So then Imperator would have 12 HP. But I think even then, Warlock wouldn't have been able to kill. And I think I figured it out at the same time when I was live commentating. So now he's going to back off with the Warlock. Yeah, that's the best move. When you flub something like that, you just got to back off. There's no point in killing or attacking something if it's like in this situation if it's not going to die, which is a very good rule of thumb if you're a new player. No point in attacking something most of the time if it doesn't result in a kill in that turn. Sometimes you'll want to attack something to like sort of get it halfway down to scare it off if it's rushing you, but most of the time you just want to kill things. So Burn is actually going to get away with Imperator and healed up with the Doctor, which is a great decision. And michaelleo basically wasted a Gale. He killed his own champion and didn't end up killing the Imperator or even the War Banner. So Burn's going to be able to use that War Banner to contest. I think I'm talking right now about how good Frostfall Hydra is. So I'd say right now Burn has the upper hand. He's got the Fawn contested. He's not having to use any champs to do it. Even though he has, well, now he has Sand Snipe out. So it's 4 champs against 4. So the champ number is even. The Fawn numbers are even. It's 2-2. And he just got away with a kill, and michaelleo wasted a Gale Force. So he just put out a War Banner. And he's moving Beast Tamer forward. Beast Tamer is one of those champions that I largely underrate when I play against it. But it's a fool's decision to do so. So Warlock gives Bugkeeper Shroud. And I'm not sure what I was swirling my mouse around for there. But that's for Netmaster. So Netmaster won't do quite as much damage, but I think, maybe not. It's hard. I really want to click around with my mouse. Now I kind of know how you guys feel sometimes, I guess, when you watch. So michaelleo has successfully captured the middle font. However, I would say not for long. Now, even though Netmaster won't do as much damage, he did dictate right there, so he gained 3 AP and +1 damage permanently. He will attack the Warlock, which is what I was going to say that he might do. Maybe Sand Snipe. Oh, it's a Firestorm. That Warlock's dead. And, you know, this is just... Burn's basically still rocking it, and he's moving Imperator in closer. Oh, it'd be so nice if you could get a breath in there. He's got them all clumped up, but it's just not going to happen. Now, if you're wondering, michaelleo and BurnPyro are going to go back and forth many times in this match. So Burn doesn't exactly have it in the bag right now. It's weird watching a match where I know the result, but I will try valiantly not to spoil it for you guys. So the Doctor moves in, and the Doctor is one of my least favorite champions just because he's so cheap and surprisingly hard to kill. Or maybe it's not that he's hard to kill, it's just that I don't want to waste my resources on him. Freeze Bugkeeper is down to 24 HP, so he doesn't have, and now he doesn't have Shroud, but he's going to move in anyway, I guess, throw in another Freeze Bug. I can't imagine why else he would move forward. Nope, it's a Gale Force on Netmaster. Now, michaelleo can't afford to have another flubbed kill, so I'm assuming he's going to, he's going to move in Frostfall Hydra. Frostfall Hydra is 19 damage, and he can attack twice, so that's quite a bit of damage, and it might be enough to win. Depending on the Sunderlands bonus, I am very terrible at... There we go, it was exactly enough. Okay, I wasn't sure if he was going to do 16 or 15 damage. Perfect. So Beast Tamer goes and gets that globe. So now michaelleo has basically evened it up. However, I would anticipate the Freeze Bugkeeper dying a terrible death. Frostfall Hydra does back off, though. I'm not really sure why. He could have kept him in there. He has spontaneous regeneration to keep him in the fight. So Juyo White Eyes. Now that's a very important deploy for michaelleo because it keeps that momentum going. He got the kill, but sometimes when you get the kill and you don't get to deploy, it slows you down and you think that you're doing better than you really are. I fall into this trap all the time. Now if I were him, I would breath the Beast Tamer and the Freeze Bugkeeper, and I think that's exactly what I'm saying right now, and I'm talking about moving in with the Doctor for a kill. But maybe not do that. I don't know. You could get the globe, because with 9 AP you can attack and then move 1 to get Dead Eater. I think that's exactly what I'm saying. And Harvest. That's exactly what I'm saying. It's kind of weird how that happens. So there's a breath right there. But yeah, it's important to, you know, not only get kills, but to keep deploying. Because if you keep trading kill for kill and you don't deploy, I mean, obviously, you're going to run out of champions. Which is something that a lot of, you know, more experienced players know, but if you're just starting this game, or if you're, you know, you're struggling, you might not know that. So, where's Sand Snipe? Somewhere in that sand lot over there. And he's not going to touch Frostfall Hydra for now. He is going to attack Beast Tamer. And there's a Snowblind. What is it? It was a Quicken. He wanted to cast it. He cast 2 Quickens. And so there's the second Quicken on Sand Snipe. Now, I mean, right here, it's 3 champs to 2. Although Burn did get 2 kills in 1 turn, but see, he didn't deploy. Because he had to use up, you know, 70 Nora on 2 Quickens. He does have the font for now, but Frostfall Hydra is about to contest, and we'll see what michaelleo also deploys this turn. Because, well, it's interesting, because right now michaelleo has 2 very stocky champions out, 2 very expensive champions, and the Doctor isn't going to last long if he stays around there. That's a Farron Wanderer, one of the newer runes in the game. And he's got Hit and Run and Melee Specialist 2 for the upgrades, which are the ones that I take. And also he has Glorious Leap. So there's 1 attack from the Hydra. Did 12 damage, and now he's going to move in, and he'll be fine. I mean, he'll be just fine. There's not really... He can tank that font for, I'd say, 2 more rounds. Okay, so the Doctor hurt himself to move across lava, but to get the Nora Globe, and then using Charged Heal back up to 37. So really only lost a couple HP for that move. And he's got enough for 2 more Charged Heals, so we'll see what Burn ends up doing, but Frostfall Hydra is looking to stick around for a little while. Mixed Sand Snipe moving up, attacking Frostfall Hydra once, and I'm guessing since Spontaneous Generation is every 20 damage and he just did 11, he's going to keep it that way. He's going to only attack once. Because the way that you beat Frostfall Hydra is you just got to chip away at it. You got to snipe it. It's one of those champions that sort of defeats the aim to 1 turn rule. So I'm not sure what he's going to do with Imperator. He can't exactly hit both Juya and Hydra in 1 breath. So we'll see what he's planning. So he's going to use a Lightning Storm, which ends up doing 9 damage. I guess he figured that he might as well do that just to get the Shocked in there, because even though it won't do any damage because of Spontaneous Regeneration, but it basically negated the attack, but it did give him another DOT, so he's going to take 2 extra damage. And it'll actually be 3. So there's Valdak. That's a very important deploy for BurnPyro at this point in the game. And there's a Keen-Eye Crown. You know, I've never really been too keen on Keen-Eye Crown. It adds 2 range, or, you know, what I just don't think it's very good. I mean, even on Juya, I guess on Juya it's decent. It's just I see people equip it on other stuff, and I don't understand why. So he's gonna Glorious Leap next to the Doctor. I think he's planning on killing the Doctor, actually, which I think at this point I would too. Yep, there's the piercing shot on the Doctor, and attack from Farron Wanderer. And actually, with this kill, michaelleo will, I think, have officially evened things up between him and BurnPyro. Because up until this time, Burns had the upper hand, you know, through and through. But I think killing the Doctor is a very important move for michaelleo at this point. Because, you know, Skywing Emperor is his big tank, the one that's, you know, hasn't gone down yet. And, oh, sorry about the observer bug, by the way, with the shrines. I'm not sure why that happens. They supposedly fixed it like 2 years ago, but we all know how it goes. So, Frostfall Hydra, I'm not sure if he's gonna... He's in double breath territory, so... we'll see what he does. Okay, he's gonna leave it there. So, BurnPyro can actually get off 2 breaths, I believe. I believe he can get off 2 breaths on both Juya and Frostfall Hydra, but maybe that's what michaelleo's planning, is to drain Emperor down to 2 AP. Valak does have Augment Creation, which gives a +2 damage buff to every subsequent champion that he deploys, which is a very powerful ability. I believe it's only on 2 champions in the game, Valdak and Stitch Tyrant, who is apparently perpetually broken, because he's supposed to spawn with, you know, Stitchlings, and he doesn't. And it's never worked. So there's a War Banner from BurnPyro, so that'll give a +5 HP buff to everybody. 2 attacks from Mixed Sand Snipe. And I don't think he can get 2 breaths off. Oh, he's moving in with the Majestic on Hydra. And I guess he'll do a Acid Breath. That is a Mimic, and that is a huge, huge move. And there's... Wow. Wow. So... there we go. He has multi-attack now. Not only that, he has spontaneous regeneration, and the Hydra's dead at this point. And, you know, I pretended to be surprised, but I remember that happened. This was a huge move that BurnPyro pulled off. He now has spontaneous regeneration, as well as 2 Acolytes, Majestic, Aerial Supremacy, and Ice Eater. So there's just... a ridiculous number of defensive defensive abilities. He's also got Unstoppable, so he can't be Galed. Not that, you know, because michaelleo's used up both of his Gales already, so they're both on cooldown. But yeah, at this point, BurnPyro has a firm handle on the way that the game is unfolding. Because basically, this thing is just unkillable. So he's gonna chip at it once with Juya, and it's, you know, not only does BurnPyro outnumber michaelleo 3-2 right now, but he's got a super Emperor basically, and michaelleo's gonna back off and just give BurnPyro the font, which is what you want to do in a situation like this. There's an Ice Snap, so that's actually a good answer for this situation. Ice Snap can't Frost Cone Emperor because he does have Ice Eater, but on the other hand, he does have Majestic, and well, actually, you know, it's going to be hard for him to melee. I guess he's going to have to attack him from 2 range. It is a good answer, though. If any champion out would scare me, if I had a Skywing Emperor like that out, it would be Ice Snap. So, as I was saying, a lot of new players don't back off of fonts when they need to, and actually it's something that a lot of players, even in higher ranks, don't do. They don't back off of fonts when they're beat. Yeah, one of the things that will make you better at Poxnora is just knowing when you're beat. And it's not always the end of the world to give up a middle font, or even to give up one of your fonts, like one of your side fonts or anything like that. It's as long as you have 1 or 2 fonts, like on this map, it's only 3 fonts to 2. There's another Emperor. That's bad news. So BurnPyro is thoroughly in control of this game, but it gives you an opportunity for a comeback if you just back off and build up again, which is what michaelleo's doing right now. So, you know, it's a smart move by him in this situation, because you know, he could have just kept throwing champions into that middle font to die over and over again, because that Sand Snipe would just pick him off, but he chose to back off instead. I'll be interested to see what he does next, though. He doesn't have enough AP to really move these back champs up much. He does heal champion on his own Juya. So he's just going to move Ice Snap up a little bit, just enough to be a little threatening, like, hey, watch out, I'm Ice Snap. But Juya does a piercing shot, which brings down Imperator to 32. However, fear not, because it will not die that easily. That is what you need to do, though, if you're in michaelleo's position, is just get off a 16 damage shot and then back off. Unfortunately, now that there's 2 Imperators out, 2 sources of breath, and of course, attack acid sand snipe, there are a lot of opportunities for him to heal back through Acolyte. So, yeah, and he can hit both Juya and Ice Snap, or both Ice Snap and Farron Wanderer in one breath, both of them. So that would heal back 4 HP per breath, and he can get off 2. So that's 8 HP of healing right there. A couple Sand Snipe hits, that's 12 HP. He can get back in no time. There's another Frostfall Hydra. So basically, what michaelleo is doing now, in the face of a super champ, is deploying expensive, tanky champions. The most expensive and tankiest options he has in his arsenal, I'm guessing. Which is the proper response in this scenario. So we'll see what he does now. There's not a whole lot of options. He basically has to peel back. There, okay, well, Burns cast a Draconic Benediction, which is 65 Nora, so that was basically an entire turn's worth of Nora. He is gaining 81 Nora per turn right now, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, 81 Nora per turn, so he has quite a few. And I think he's aiming to kill that Juya. So that was 15 acid damage from... yeah, he is aiming to take out Juya. That's 16. And it looks like he can do it, as long as he doesn't get greedy. And I think he might actually be able to get the shrine in at least a couple of those breaths. What are you doing, Burn? I can't remember what you do at this point. I think he was... Oh, he didn't. He just decided to do a regular attack for 15 damage, and she is scoured 3, so it looks like she will die. I forgot that Imperator had multi-attack. I wasn't counting on that. So I'm wondering what he's gonna do with his... he doesn't want to waste AP. Might want to move it. Okay, so he moves it down to get next to the Ice Snap. And Juya is dead. That's a huge blow to michaelleo. Sorry, I'm somebody texted me and I have to respond. I'm sorry, but like setting aside a solid 52 minutes to commentate a game that's already happened is asking a little much. So, hope you'll excuse me. Now, Burn has it's still fairly even champ-wise. It's 4-3, and it looks like he's gonna attack from 2 range, and from both Ice Snap and Farron Wanderer. So that'll do. Well, maybe not both. He'll attack the one without spontaneous regeneration. No, that is the one with spontaneous regeneration. He's going to move Farron Wanderer into the font. Now he revealed Sand Snipe, and he moved around him via hit and run, and now they're engaged. So that's a smart move by him on his part. And there was a freeze on he can't healing breath it. I don't know why I highlighted that. He can't healing breath crystallized. So at least from what I remember, he can't. Anyway, so we'll see what Burn does at this point. I think he kind of overextended a little bit. But he moves Valdak in and is going to use Healing Breath. I guess just for the heal. Oh, okay. He can move, but the animation stays. That's right. So he wants to contest that font with Imperator, although that Imperator is just that Ice Snap. The Ice Snap is going to win a 1 versus 1 battle. 2 attacks there. And he's going all out right here, hitting the Shrine with the Lightning Storm and also hitting the Hydras. So I think he's sort of giving, kind of giving it up for the Font Rush, or sorry, Shrine Rush. And there's the first deploy we've seen in a while from BurnPyro. It's a Skeezick Ripper. Maybe it's only been 2 turns, actually. And Skeezick Ripper has Safeguard, which is the old War Charge Skeezick ability. He dies in 6 hits no matter what. So there's Starseer, and this is an important deploy for michaelleo, and a good choice because it gives Frostful Hydra Majestic, which hits both the Valdak and Skywing Imperator. Wanderer is beaten up on Sand Snipe. I'm fine with it because Sand Snipe is one of my least favorite champions of all time. Hate them so much. I don't understand why they have 7 range and multi-attack and stealth, but we won't get into that right now. This isn't supposed to be a platform for my complaining. So, and it never has been, by the way, in case you wanted to be snarky about that. But we'll see what happens now that michaelleo has basically a tit to match BurnPyro's tat, if you will. A Majestic Frostfall Hydra. He backed off, but he's probably going to move right back. Yeah, he does. He just wanted to get around Majestic, so he disengaged. There's the Fortify, just in case BurnPyro decides to get cute with like a quickening or something and go a little crazy. But so michaelleo is fighting his way back from a seemingly unfight backable position. And this is what I was talking about when I was saying it's, you know, it's good to know when you're beat and back off a font, because then you can come back and this game is much more even now than it was at that point in time. So Ripper's moving up as an answer to Farron Wanderer, because otherwise he's just going to kill that Sand Snipe. It'll be interesting to see what BurnPyro does. He can attack the Shrine, and he is awestruck. He can't move back with Valdak and attack, although he does have 66 health, so, and absorb and resistance magical 3, so he'll be okay, I think. There's 1 breath from that Imperator. Valdak. I'm interested to see what the Valdak does. So Skeezick Ripper has so there's 1 attack on Skeezick Ripper's Safeguard, because Farron Wanderer does have aggressive, which attacks when he's engaged. 40 seconds left on BurnPyro's turn to basically make 2 moves. Yeah, we'll just see. We're about 29 minutes into this 52-minute game. So that should clue you in that it doesn't really end anytime soon. Sand Snipe moving up, attacking the Starseer, which is probably the correct move, because you want to get rid of that Majestic. Starseers are annoying just because of Starshine, so that is a Dragon Fear. So Dragon Fear on Farron Wanderer, he is awestruck and distracted for a number of turns based on how many Skywings are in play. So it's now michaelleo's turn. We'll see how he's going to fight back from this. He moved Ice Snap away from Imperator. There's a Cleansing Storm. So he's going to get rid of that Dragon Fear, that pesky Dragon Fear. A 12 damage hit at 2 range by Ice Snap, and that Ice Snap has 81 HP in case you didn't notice, with Regen 3 and Warding. So basically BurnPyro's just stalling it in that font I presumed to distract from a shrine rush that he was attempting. So there's a coordination tower, one of the most dangerous relics in the game. And there's the transfigure. Now this move really surprised me in the initial game. I didn't think that michaelleo was going to transfigure, but he does have momentum, which he can use and can result in a kill here. So he's got Mixed Sand Snipe down to 1 HP, and that seemingly invincible Imperator has gone down to 3 HP thanks in part to Bestial Presence, the on-deploy effect from the Avatar. And that was Rampage in action. Or is it Cleave now? I think it's Cleave. They switched the names for Rampage and Cleave a while back. So I guess it is Cleave now. So no momentum from Lyric the Fierce. I guess he's saving AP. So Coordination Tower was a big part of that. However, BurnPyro is still up 2 fonts to 1, and now that michaelleo has transfigured, he will be getting substantially less Nora. So Ripper had to get the Nora Globe and got hit another time by the aggressive Farron Wanderer. So michaelleo struck a huge blow to BurnPyro. He killed both the Imperator and the Sand Snipe. I'm pretty sure he killed the Sand Snipe. I wasn't paying attention to that side. And this Imperator is as good as dead, honestly, because he can stall for a while more. But that 12 damage Acid Breath, the Ice Snap's gonna regen half of that back. He's basically gonna regen half of each breath each turn. So unless BurnPyro has 15 rounds. 15. Oh, God. There is the holiday Vindrax. Looking very festive and such. Got Tough 1. This is Physical 3. Presidential. This is a presidential unit. That's funny. Looks sort of like the American president, George Washington. So Ice Snap moving in. Already back up to 83 HP. Of course, 10. He got a boost of 10 HP from Bestial Presence, so he's temporarily a 91 HP champion. Just let that sink in for a second. Now, got another attack on Ripper from Farron Wanderer. So I believe Ripper has 2 charges left, and I wish I would check. How many charges he has. There's a Gale Force on Valdak, and Valdak looks like he is dead. Dead. That Valdak is dead. So, 1 attack there. And of course, he's got Absorb, so now stunned. And Valdak gets overkilled, actually, by 19. Could have saved some AP on that Frostfall Hydra, but whatever. He was probably just excited to kill it. So at this point, it looks like michaelleo is like taking the lead back. Okay, he's got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 champions, not including his avatar, to BurnPyro's 3, and Skeezick Ripper doesn't have much juice left. Basically, he's going to take 2 more hits and then die. And one of those hits is going to be from Starseer. Another one is going to be from Wanderer. So I think it's basically dead. And Lyric is going down to help out Ice Snap kill Imperator. And that's important because then he will free up Ice Snap. BurnPyro is working on taking out the banner, I guess. He needs to free up Ice Snap to do battle with Vindrax, though, because Vindrax is a tanky man. And there is a Sand Snipe, so basically BurnPyro at this point is backing off. He's backing off, and he's reinforcing. So we saw michaelleo do that earlier, and now we're seeing BurnPyro do it. So the battle, I think, has officially gone back and forth in a big way. There's a big swap on Overseer. Well, Burn moved Ripper aside, so Ripper's no longer going to die. But we'll see what happens. That Vindrax isn't going to die anytime soon. I think basically michaelleo just going to want to move some of his champions up. Maybe not Frostfall Hydra. I don't know. Ooh, getting a little bold with it. Using a swap. That's what's happening. So that gives Wanderer Majestic, which he's going to awestruck Vindrax, which he needs to. Although that Starseer has only 26 HP, and I think BurnPyro can actually kill it. So Lyric moves in for a hit on Imperator, and then there is a freeze from michaelleo. So basically, Imperator is dead. Because michaelleo is going to be able to get 3 huge attacks on it when it comes out of it, and it will basically die. So everything is sort of moving in michaelleo's favor. I'm not sure what I swirled my mouse around for right there. But BurnPyro does have one big thing going for him right now, and that's Vindrax. And he can actually back off with Vindrax and get Starseer and the Wanderer in one breath, which I think is what he ends up doing. And then he has the Ripper move in, maybe? Yeah, he does move off with Vindrax and does a 19 damage, or rather 19 times 0.8 damage. So 15. And then I think Sand Snipe will be able to get off one attack on Starseer. Maybe? Perhaps? I can't remember what happens here. But Ripper moves in, gets another attack from Aggressive. Whew! And Safeguard is now down to 1, so one more attack from... Oh, yeah, okay, sorry. He's a 1-3 range champion now, so that he moved him in for the kill. So Starseer's dead, which is very important because basically now Vindrax can sort of roam free, and he's backing him up with some very potent range, not just Sand Snipe, but also Ruthless Netmaster. So BurnPyro's... he moved back, and now he's starting a wave that's gonna come crashing down on michaelleo. Well, shouldn't have spoken so soon. There's a Polar Ant. That was from Summon Ants, I believe is the spell. Right there at 60 North, summons a Polar Ant with full AP. And it's removed from play at the end of the turn, so basically it's used to swarm, because Polar Ant has swarm. Also has a random vulnerability poison. So, Imperator finally dies, and that's going to freeze Ice Snap up to go towards the center and haggle with Vindrax for that crazy font up there. So, yeah, michaelleo moving along, and he's made it fairly even at this point. Waiting out the rest of his turn. I think he's trying to figure out what to do with that Frostfall Hydra. And Fair Wanderer moves up, gets a hit and run, and is going to contest this font. So at this point, it looks like michaelleo's just going to run away with the game, I'll be honest. When I was watching, I thought that it was pretty much over at this point. But one thing that, and now the Vindrax is awestruck and stunned. Although the stun only lasts one turn through Fair and Focus. And it looks like he's threatening to get another font with Wanderer, although BurnPyro is just going to kill it. So Polar Ant moves back. michaelleo has 3 fonts to BurnPyro's 1, and yeah, looks like it's pretty much just going to play out from here, but not if BurnPyro has anything to say about it. One of the better Sunderlands players in Poxnora's history, so we'll see what happens. I'm thinking Dictate's going to be part of it. So Vindrax moves in to contest the font. Might as well, since nothing's going to kill it right now. Sand Snipe. Hitting Farron Wanderer. Taking him down to 10 HP. BurnPyro doing a little dictate action, maybe? Nope, he gained Elite 3 through all the violence charge that he got last turn, and now Farron Wanderer is dead. BurnPyro can't capture the font just yet, but I think he will deploy something down south. And it is a Skeezick Alchemist, who does a firebomb right away on Wanderer. And there's a Vindrax attack on the summoned, or rather spawned, Polar Ant, because it's a swarm from a summon, so it's a spawn, which means that it's a real champion, basically. So Lyric moving up to do battle. Might as well. He's costing michaelleo 20 Nora per turn. So that coordination tower is just sort of sitting wasted, which is what you want to do with coordination towers if your opponent deploys them. Just leave them out and make them useless. That's my principle. So Farron Wanderer moving in to contest that font, and michaelleo now has BurnPyro 2 fonts to 0 starting next turn. Although he still has no way to kill that Vindrax. There's an Angel of Perseverance with an on-deploy nearest opposing champion awestruck ability, Grand Entrance, trying to keep Vindrax down and for as long as possible. So there's one attack from Hydra. Now he's moving out of range. And it looks like michaelleo's still doing pretty well for himself. So BurnPyro is fighting back, but he's on his back foot right now. Don't forget he has a Sand Snipe that's hidden in the sand over here. So Ruthless Netmaster attacking for 14 right there. Hello? Okay. And even though Vindrax is hurt, should be able to... Well, maybe not. He dictated Vindrax so he could go get that font, though. And might as well dictate Vindrax because he's not going to die anytime soon. So there was an acid bomb on Wanderer, and funnily enough, this Ripper, I guess, is going to get hit by Aggressive. And get in a hit there for 8. So that Wanderer is almost dead. What I think michaelleo should have done, I think he should have concentrated on killing this Vindrax in the middle font instead of trying to haggle at the back. But then again, I'm not really sure what 2 Farron Wanderers would have been able to do against Vindrax anyway. Maybe keep him awestruck and, you know, I mean, but he's stayed awestruck anyway, so. And I guess he was trying to distract all the range support, which makes sense. It's just at this point, you know, nothing that michaelleo can really do. So, Farron Wanderer. Almost dead. The jig is almost up, and michaelleo has to figure out what he's going to do, though. Against this ridiculous Vindrax. I don't think he can kill it this turn. In fact, I'm pretty sure he can't. I haven't seen any ice storms so far from michaelleo, which I find pretty surprising. 2 8 damage attacks from Frostfall Hydra, and there's a swap. A swap changes places Ice Snap and Vindrax, so now Vindrax all of a sudden is haggling with the Avatar and has been brought down to 16 HP. So that's a big move. And I Ice Snap is going to go haggle with Ruthless Netmaster. Maybe not, never mind. Actually, he's going to stay in the font right there and do a Frost Cone on Vindrax, who is now down to 7 HP and almost dead. So just like that, things can change. And Fair and Wanderer did 2 attacks on Alchemist to kind of awestruck him. And so things, once again, are looking bad for BurnPyro. michaelleo's got him down 3 fonts to 2 now, at least temporarily. But that Fair and Wanderer is dead, and he will get the globe. Not really much to do with the Alchemist. Might as well save the AP on Ripper and just get the globe with it. Because what are you going to do? Like a 4 damage bomb? Come on. So, I'm trying to remember what happens with the Vindrax. Kind of drawing a blank. That Ruthless Netmaster is kind of getting a little scary, though. But against Ice Snap, you know, not really a big deal. So, Sand Snipe, though, coming out of nowhere. And if Sand Snipe wasn't on the board, you'd think that BurnPyro might have just lost this game outright. But he's going to probably move in with Netmaster and a leap into the font and 1 hit for the kill, I'm guessing. Vindrax, on the other hand... Oh, never mind. He does an Acid Breath with Vindrax on Frostfall Hydra, bringing him down to 3 HP. Okay, well. So, and didn't contest the font. So instead he's getting, I guess, 2 attacks. Nope, 1 attack and a leap to contest on Ice Snap. And actually, I think, is Frostfall Hydra dead? Yeah, he is. Okay, because he was scoured 3 from Sandstorm. I forgot about that. When Acid Breath happened, I thought he was scoured 2, but he's not. So Ice Snap, all dressed up and nowhere to go, ensnared. So Vindrax, I think, is dead. Don't quote me on it. There's the War Banner. I think michaelleo's not really sure about it either. So 1 8 damage hit, and then I guess he'll back off with Angel of Perseverance and hit once for the kill. Up or stab for exactly 4 damage, and a Roar of the Fallen on all of michaelleo's champions, including Ice Snap. Not really a debuff that's going to help many. And he's going to freeze the Netmaster with Ice Snap. Might as well, because he doesn't have full stats right now. So, and he doesn't want to get ensnared again. So that was the best move he could have made there. And what is that? I think he tried to cast some sort of spell on Ice Snap, like a healing hand, or I don't know. I don't know what you would, a shield? I'm not sure, but he couldn't because it has warding, which also wards off not only opposing spells but your spells as well. And so things are looking BurnPyro's way right now. He's got michaelleo outnumbered 5 to 2, not including the Avatar. There's a Snowblind. We'll see what happens. It was a Quicken, and it gets hit by the Snowblind and put on Ice Snap, whatever. So, but BurnPyro had another one, and so this Ice Snap is dead, basically. 2 more attacks from Alchemist, and he's dead. Yeah, so michaelleo was a little too aggressive with his Ice Snap, I think. But, you know, BurnPyro was a little too aggressive with his Imperator, you know. And now you've got 6 champions to 1 and an Avatar, basically. And now that Netmaster's out, anything that walks into that, he's out of freeze, anything that walks into that, yeah, it's dead. Angel of Perseverance is dead. I mean, oh, okay, well, never mind. Those are crystal eyes. I was about to say I don't really understand that move, but I guess michaelleo is trying to keep it contested. At this point, he really can't leave it uncontested because BurnPyro is going to be getting 81 Nora per turn, and michaelleo is getting, let me think, 49, I believe. 49. So that's a huge disparity. Basically, a new champ every other turn. An entire champ difference. So, but he's going to move everything in anyway and prepare. There's another mutation and a dictate on Ripper. And it looks like he's going to have Netmaster threaten that font up there. Just to sort of Nora starve michaelleo into submission. And Ripper will be waiting for that Angel of Perseverance as soon as she gets out. I believe she'll be intensifying, but I can't really check because I'm not in control of how the game's being controlled. There's another Doctor, so, you know, BurnPyro 7-2 at this point. It's just, it's over at this point. There's a Dispel. I'm not sure why I was highlighting that. Oh, no, two turns left on Intensify. But she does have Perseverance, so she is able to tank that font for a little bit. Unless Burn's going to use a Hive or something like that, which I think he does. I don't want to be wrong on my prediction, but or maybe michaelleo's just going to surrender. He's just going to surrender. Yeah, because there's no point. So great game. I'll see you guys later. Thanks.